There's a quiet truth about growing older that few talk about. Not the aches or the slowing pace, but something far more profound. The sharpening of awareness, the deepening of understanding, the quiet arrival of wisdom. It doesn't come all at once. It builds slowly, year after year, heartbreak after triumph, loss after love. In youth, we collect knowledge like shiny objects. But with age, we begin to refine it, distilling it into something more valuable: meaning. Wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing what matters and what no longer does. It's in the older man who no longer argues to be right. It's in the elderly woman who speaks softly, but with weight in every word. They don't rush. They've learned that what's urgent isn't always important, and that sometimes silence says more than speech ever could. Aging teaches discernment. In a world filled with noise, older adults become masters of tuning into what truly deserves their attention. They listen differently. They watch more than they talk. They've stopped chasing approval, not because they don't care, but because they finally know who they are. And in that knowing, they find peace. There's a beautiful shedding that comes with time, not just of the physical, but of illusions, identities, and burdens we've carried far too long. Older adults begin to travel lighter, not because life has grown easier, but because they've learned what to let go of. Old grudges, unfinished stories, the need to impress. In their place, they carry presence, gratitude, and a quiet joy that doesn't need to be explained. Time slows down, not just the body, but the way we see. The sunset feels longer. A grandchild's laugh feels louder. A walk without a destination becomes its own kind of purpose. There's magic in that, not a magic of youth, but of depth. The magic of finally understanding that ordinary moments are the most extraordinary ones of all. With age comes forgiveness, of others, and of self. Older adults often carry a kind of softness not found in textbooks, a softening of judgment, of fear, of ego. They've made peace with imperfection. They understand now that broken things can still be beautiful, because they've lived long enough to see it. We often think youth is when we're at our strongest. But what if strength looks different than we thought? What if strength is knowing when to let go, how to sit still, how to love without conditions? What if wisdom isn't in speaking the loudest, but in knowing when to say nothing at all? So what do we gain with age? Clarity, courage, calm, the ability to be fully present in a world obsessed with the future, the courage to slow down, the grace to say no, the presence to say yes to the things that truly matter: people, purpose, peace. If you're young, this might all seem distant, but age comes faster than we think, and with it, the opportunity to become not just older, but deeper, to move beyond surface living into soul living, to trade the race for the stillness, to become a keeper of stories, a bearer of truth, a quiet lighthouse for those still finding their way. So listen to the older voices around you. They may not shout, but they speak with the echo of decades. Their wisdom isn't always obvious, but it's there, in the pauses, in the glances, in the calm that only comes from having truly lived. And when your time comes to walk in their footsteps, may you walk slowly, gently, and with your eyes wide open.